Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, back with another video. Today's gonna be a new series called Plugin Review or something like that. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be going over plugins that you guys requested me to go over and take a look at, dive deep into, and just kind of review them and kind of show you what I think about them, how they work, the sound, all that, and let you decide if you want to get these plugins yourself. So, if there are any plugins you want me guys to check out, just let me know in the description below. I'm definitely gonna be going through a bunch that I already own, while you guys come up with plugins you want me to check out and kind of review throughout. So today we're gonna do a big requested one, which is the Fabfilter Pro R, which in my opinion is one of my favorite reverbs. Not the best reverb. It is just my favorite reverb because of how easy it is to understand and use the UI. And I love Fabfilter Pro plugins because they all work great and they just easy to use. And that's the main thing. Easy use is definitely better than, sounding great in my opinion, but sounding great on top of that also does good. And this does sound great. So we're going to look at all the controls and play some examples with it and show you, how I use the Pro R, and, hopefully it'll show you how to use it. And, maybe you'll pick it up yourself and try it out or, whatever. So first, let me make sure that you can hear my audio. Let me check that. You won't be able to. So let me go to this. All right. Now you should be able to hear. Yep, you're good. And we're just going to make sure the reverb is off first. So we're going to remove this. Okay, reverb is off. So right now you're hearing no Pro R. You are just hearing the piano, which I am using the Piano V by Arturia, and I'm gonna be doing a review on this as well because they have been sponsored. I picked them up as a sponsor, and I'm gonna definitely give you more details about that in another video. So this is what the plugin sounds like by itself. It's all dry, no effects on the pianos there. Even the reverb setting, I turned to none, so it's completely just a dry piano. So. And let's pick a different melody real quick. I'm actually using the Cold December preset MIDI loop. So if you want to pick that up, pick it up right now on my website, Cold December. If you own the Cold Winter, it's the same thing. I just re-released it as a different name. So sorry about that. Probably gonna change the name back to Cold Winter so people don't get confused with that. So I'm definitely gonna change that for you guys. But yeah, it's a MIDI loop pack that comes with silent presets as well. It comes with an ass of MIDI loops that are great. All right, so you see it's just a dry piano. So now let's just go ahead and activate the plugin. If I can bring up my mixer. Let's close that. Matter of fact, let's undetach these because I detached them so I could, yeah, but fuck that. All right, so now let's go ahead and activate the Fabfilter Pro R. As you hear, it's a reverb, sounds good. As you can see, the UI got some great visuals, which I really like about this plugin. You got great visual representation of what's going on. So let's go over what's going on right now and everything in it. So there are your main parts, which is actually controlling the reverb. And then down here is your two type of EQs. One is for your decay and one is a post EQ, which is basically just like a regular EQ, which is after the, you EQ the reverb after the signal go through. So that's what that is. So let's start with the top bracket and just go over what each individual part does, and then I'll play around with some of the parameters so you can just hear in action itself. So first off, we talk about the space. Space is basically like size of any reverb. Can I turn the help off? Thank you. Space is basically like the size of the reverb. So you have like very small room all the way to like cathedral. And that's basically what that is. You ain't got to really worry about the numbers, but as you can see, the little squares on the side kind of tells you what it is. So it go from small space all the way to like cathedral size. And then it also has a representation of how many milliseconds of space the reverb is telling off. So let's just play the sound and then you can go from smallest to biggest so you can actually hear. That's what she said. Here we go. So a small room. Kind of a medium. Larger. Gets like that church sound all the way to cathedral. So you see, it's really good. I mean, it sounds really good. We'll just reset that, sit that back in the middle. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, it has a really nice sound to it, and you know, you can definitely hear the different sizes. I like that how it goes from very, very small, like chamber, like or plate, to like very big cathedral sound. That's really good, especially when you're doing ambient stuff or more drum sound. You're like doing a drum kit or whatever. It's great to have that kind of characteristics. Now you have your brightness and your brightness tone, which is basically like making a darker reverb or a very bright reverb. You know, so it's a different algorithm. So darker would be more focused and more reverb in the mid and low frequencies, and the bright would be more in the higher upper mids, higher frequencies. So I'm gonna definitely change between brightness so you can definitely hear how it's changing it up. So I'm gonna go really bright first. Yeah, let's give it a little more room. Now I'll go to dark. See how just dark, it's only in like the mid and low frequencies, and then you can bring it back. Now it's more in the high frequency, so that's very good to kind of get a good characteristics. I like to use the dark preset, it's like for like vocals, maybe like some vocals like that. Like vocals, I might be like in the middle, kind of close to dark. Pianos and ambient sound like good. Crank it all the way to bright to give it a big space, like plucks and stuff like that. But it's very good to have that kind of control of the tone of your reverb. And I love that function right there. That's a great function. Next is the character knob, which is basically, it simulates more of a, I want to say like a more normal digital delay to like a more, like analog delay. So a clean would be more, I guess, analogy, kind of like an analog delay, like spring delays and stuff like that. The old school delay tricks, like how they used to send reverbs through a speaker into a room and record it that way. And then like you turn the chorus, it kind of gives it that, it modulates the reverb and it gives it kind of that digital delay, like them digital delay box, not delay, but digital reverb boxes that you can pick up that sound really great. So I'm gonna play between both of them. So I love the chorus function. I love it. It's great. But I also like the clean function. Like clean would be great for like vocals like that, but I use chorus on like my pianos like that to kind of give it more of a lively feel. So let me go ahead and go between that. Start with clean. Bring it darker a little bit, then more focused. Now watch you go to lively. Here I was like modulating a little bit. And if I go full chorus, that you can hear it right. And then back to clean. I mean, that just gives a great, a nice live. I love that feel. I love the chorus effect for that. Definitely nice. Distance is basically what it is, so you can make the reverb sound farther back in the mix or closer up in your face. That's your choice. Very self-explanatory. I'll just give you a little preview right there. So we'll go to far. We'll get a little brightness. So I was way out there. Now bring it closer. So I'll just see how the reverb gets closer. Make it go farther back. Now it's farther in the mix. You know, so that's a great thing right there. Once again, just the ability to shape the tone and all that is great. And then you got your decay rate, which I don't really mess with that, but it kind of it goes in between the decay, so you can kind of, like you see, it goes kind of in between. So you can get some, you can just kind of, you know, get more decay of where you at or less decay of where you at. I don't really mess with that, but it's I guess it's there. It's a good feature to have. Next is the stereo width. You can go from a mono to more of a spacey, open, like really big, wide reverb sound, as you can see. Make it mono. And then go wide and go super wide, which could add in some phasing when you go too far, but I mean, it could have a crazy effect if you decide. So that's great to have it there. And then your mix wet knob is basically like parallel compression. If you don't have it on a send, you can use the mix wet knob to kind of tailor it in. So if I go like here, make it really wide, kind of close, a little bit dark, I get that nice blend. And it has like a little, whatchamacallit, like a little out of tune sound which, you know, I do a lot in my piano plugins. And then last but not least, are these two EQs right here. The decay EQ will determine how much decay you boost. Basically, you can either do like a bell, you can do a high shelf, low shelf. You do 2 shells, and you have a peak or notch. My bad. So you have notch, high shelf, and bell, and this will add more decay in that frequency. So if you want more decay in the mids, you can add a decay, or you want less decay, you can do that. And also you can also do high shelf and low shelf, so you can, you can have like no decay in the highs or like a ton of decay in the highs, which is pretty good. So as you can see, and then you also change the Q of how, wide or how steep it is. So that's a great feature. Like I said, that just gives you more control and more tonal capability, so you can really make this reverb sound like the reverb you want, And then you have the post EQ, which is basically what it is. So you can cut the lows. Like I just cut lows out of my stuff, cut the lows out the reverb. It's just a regular EQ. But you can use, EQ for that. But if you don't, you want to use all-in-one plugin, you got it right there, and you can definitely do that. Which I think you could change it between. Can you change it between post and pre? I don't think you can, unfortunately. Which would have been a nice thing to change this for a post and pre EQ, which would have been like a whole lot better. And that's pretty much it. Then you got your analyzer down here, which you can change, how you want to see it. You see the post, the pre, the reverb, post, pre. You got your pre-delay, which you got right down here, so you can, either leave it alone or you can add some pre-delay in there. And you got your ins and outs, and then you can make it. You can size it up so you can make it that big or extra large. You can really get in there. So, I mean, great stuff right there. Fabfilter is, like I said, one of the best when it comes to making plugins just for the UI itself, because it's so easy to understand. There's also a MIDI learn feature down here, which is great if you want to, put it to a knob so you can kind of tweak it with knobs if you're a hands-on type person. Overall, I think this is a great reverb. Probably, like I said, it's hands down my favorite reverb ever. I do own 2 other reverbs, which is the Verb Suite, which is probably the best sounding reverb in my opinion. Really good. But I just don't like the controls on it. It has very limited controls compared to this, and the visuals that go with this is great. And like I said, you can make this reverb sound like anything you want. So definitely check it out. Go get you a trial. Purchase it. It's definitely a must buy. In my opinion, if you need one reverb that can really become any other reverb and easy to use, this is probably the reverb to go with, because I can throw this on anything and it sounds great. So yeah, that's my thoughts about it. I'd like to know what you guys think about it. You think this is a good reverb? Would you go check it out? Have you tried it? Do you own it? Let me know in the description below. And also let me know what other plugins you guys want me to check out as well, because I need to know. Let me know what else you guys want to check out. So hope this guys helped you out and help you decide and help you, give you a little look into the Fabfilter Pro R. Shout out to Fabfilter. I'm not being sponsored by them, but shout out to them for, making these great plugins at that. With that being said, hope you guys enjoy. Like always, y'all know who it is. It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different. Not motivated by money, but like, comment, subscribe, views. And I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.